the Interior Minister, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak Muhammad Mubarak Abba address issue be a cost concerning the security personnel recruitment na air cost the mass disqualification na nipa bebre ya disqualify mo say about 500,000 applicants or more apply some person security personnel only 5,000 in yetimi recruit here e hu sem bebre enkofo bebre e kasa na NDC food soldiers anase nkofo bia no mususu say come qualify na ya disqualify mo ameja to ho a nsensem bebre. I am Nsem 247. Make sure you subscribe to your channel no. Now follow all the social media platforms Candy Studios GH. Na yetimi ama more update concerning enyama ekoso ni trending issues a ekoso e wo Ghana ha say
247 Nsem 247 Nsem 247.
So 2025 recruitment, security personnel recruitment na ekoso. E wo say 2026 mu ene way by way no 2025 there. 2026 there ankasa entimi ema abontene. Na enumu ena about 500,000 applicants are omo etimi apply no. Ekobo wi ase e ba abontene no na ya disqualify enipa bebre a only 5,000 ene yetimi afa omo say omo the final stage a omo kwa omo medicals. So there are stages are omo faso a omo de recruit personnel into the security service. It was stages. The first stage documentation a kwa to forms on wa fail any other no any pa 500,000 more than even 500,000 any timi kwa to forms a omo fail na second stage body selection and also ni pardon bebrebe etimi fa body selection ni mu a omo timi go through. And the third stage and online aptitude test. Eho and ya dia disqualify enipa bebrebe a ya yimu 5,000 pe se omunko the final stage fourth stage eno no medicals omunko yen. So this is the process omufom enomu ena mu takabu barak ababonti abed dress actually mu denti a omu take that decision.
In this first phase, and my emphasis, first phase of the recruitment process, it's only 5,000. And yet you have over 500,000 Ghanaians who want to join. So I ask everybody, well, we have body selection, we have documentation. When we finish, I mean, usually these ones, because it's about document and body selection, not too many people who, I mean, by the time we finish, those who got disqualified through documentation and other things, they were less than, they were less than 30,000. So it left over 400,000 who were now ready to go through aptitude tests and then medical exams. We have several options. One of the options is that to say that, okay, can we do the pass mark at 50? So that many more people will pass and go for medicals. But now you know the end game. Because the end game is that you could only absorb 5,000. So if you do that, are you fair to the average Ghanaian? Because remember, all these stages, apart from buying the voucher to be able to apply, body selection didn't require payment. Documentation doesn't require payment. Aptitude test didn't require payment. But medicals will require payment. And in order not to shorten innocent young people, it is better you put in a mechanism that will reduce the number drastically, because once the person goes to pay, I mean, I know the military, when they were done, the medicals alone was about 1,600. We are doing even mental health, and we're also doing drug tests in addition. Yes, I know the deputy and I were just in a meeting, and we're insisting that despite all these additions, the price should not be still very high, looking at the numbers that we are talking about. Are you going to allow over 400,000 people to go and do medicals when you know you have space for only 5,000? How fair are you to the people? So you need to devise a method where you slow down the number and have some reasonable number. So the pass mark was put at 65.
So according to Muntaka Mubarak, our Interior Minister, say, omo no etimi ejemu se de beya omo nka se, and because of say your person your 5,000 na ya be forms be 5,000 na je 10,000 so omo timi bie mu na nkofo bebre try omo lack na omo timi eba mu na ekoduru ba bi na first stage no documentation stage ho no mom na involve money because ho no kwa akoto forms ne ade na second stage ho na ye body selection ho ne de sikatwe bia anim. saa so na test stage na ye online aptitude test no so na sikatue bia enkasa enim enti omo de ma nkofo se omo entimi enye no obi antra ne lack na ekoduru ba bi no eno omo ni say under the IMF conditions no untimi recruit more than 5,000 enipa so more than 500,000 omo nyina aduru the online aptitude test stage ho no ne che so mbe ne dan so initially na pass mark na 50 mark ena no ewo ho eno mu no mo tena ase empanifo tena ase fa adwene hu ne say okay yen raise bar no kaka na yen about 65 eno mo raise 65 mo raise ko 65 no about 102,500 and so it me qualify so out of 500,000 impo no about 102,500 and it me qualify for the aptitude test na komo ko final stage medicals na so 102,500 no mo ntimi sam for mu nyina because of IMF conditions no enum ti na ma omo select 5,000 out of the 102,500 na the nipa bebre ebusa ne say of course say nipa 102,500 ni timi qualify for the aptitude test how means be and omo timi fa so omo timi select 5,000 out of the 102,500 like means be because omo nyina qualify na wutimi sa is it randomly or a day omo ye day no wutimi select 5,000 no na Muntaka Mubarak de mu nkyeremu aba abonten no na koba ne say na NDC foot soldiers no bebre adwa so wa woni say obi party ba o expect say nkan nkofo bebre no ye de omo bewura mu no nko betima nya chances bebre awura mu na so NDC fo ni mpo bebre wo ho a ye yi wo mo a ya disqualify wo mo a omo nya chance na nam say party ni so epeso ka bibi no de kyekere ne nkofo rent no Muntaka Mubarak asa address that issue ni say obi anka na komanto no yam because obi an obi asema say ya na say Ghana say obi a pese omo etimi fa processes bi na omo recruit omo a omo how bi ni omo qualify ankasa sa process no so omo fa so no enti obi anka na komanto no yam na even say omo ka say police agent mpa omo gina omo NDC fo empo na nkomo be fa omo nyina last year bato na ye to ye no na police agent kwa 100,000 it even 100,000 impo no na ka 5,000 na ye pa firim no enjimi mfo mu nyina enti waso omo nko makomanto no yam efi say omo woni pa bebre wo ho ma hye e de ato ama omo full stages ana say omo party members omo ta omo chia be pim sam pempenso yi.
I'm sorry, and all I'll say to our rank and file is that let's keep hope alive. Remember that when we were doing the police support, those assistants to the police, to the fire, to the immigration and others, not a single person went for an interview. And that was 25,000. That was taken through the youth employment agency. And I want to believe that they are largely the rank and file of our party. There are so many other opportunities that we are opening. But I want to believe that all of us are very conversant with our neighboring countries. Without mentioning any specific country, you hear gunshot, and you see the military and the police are those in those countries who are taking the lead in running away from hearing gunshots. Why? They are not well prepared for the job. All of us want to get professional and very, competent. And I want to believe that there are many of such within the rank and file of the party. So I want to plead with the youth that, for example, if we had even decided, let's say, oh, this recruitment, we're going to give it to only NDC pooling agents. Let us assume that we are going to ignore all other Ghanaians and say that, look, we are here, we'll take only our party people and we are going to take only our pooling agents. The last election, when we finished, the pooling agents were over 100,000. Because the agents that we have were about 110,000. Let's assume a quarter of them were only interested in the security service. So that's 25,000. Which method are we going to take 5,000 out of that 25,000? You surely have to then develop something. Because even if you are going to receive to only your party people, you should still have a mechanism where you go through to be able to extract the 5,000. So, yes, those disappointments may be genuine, but I want to believe that we will continue to work very hard to
and when you go for baby, so say, okay, so what happens to or qualified for the aptitude test now? When you move 5,000, or kind almost on bad day. And no more Muntaka Mubarak, our interior minister, say government or near the president, Muhammad, His Excellency Akasa. Now, or say, Sankofo, we know, your momu kwakwa, not just say, fair to them. Inti, and on be creative backlog media at all. in the 2026 recruitment no ebeduru ono na ebi kura no matimi afri IMF conditions nim sara be ya se omo di nkan aconsider nkrofo bi a omo qualify for online aptitude test na yentimi a select no omo go no omo ne ebedi nkan aconsider omo first ansa na ya ba behwe eniama bebere na so ko ba say ne nkrofo say this is the same challenge I cause so akofo ado ne governance because ekoduru ba bi no na omo timi recruitment without nkrofo documentation ni ade bia because backlog bibi wo ho a omo selected from enti no so de asemeba na so say na Muntaka Mubarak ekan.
The president instructed that, look, those who qualify and pass medicals, let's keep the data. This is the first phase. We are hoping that maybe later in the, because remember this current recruitment that we are doing is a 2025 recruitment. Hopefully when we are out of the IMF, we could do the 2026. So we'll pick from that same data. Hopefully, if maybe it's past 6 months, then you can only ask them.
From the markings ha ono so minority leader and so called events parliament no what they call to him say of course aptitude test no we are online no because no IT asem de opepa any AI sem de ope na emom enye obibia enenim sa IT sensem no entinka way forward omo ko manim no ometimi ama chance bi a manually enkofo betimi aye sa aptitude test no so a enkan so beboa because enipa bibire kwotena computer no omentima anya online testing because no munim computer mu sa enkofo ye obi a omo ye world able ananka e bi ometima qualify na so because of ICT ntino ya disqualify omo nyina anti going forward no ye hwe say ye be consider sa anema no.
Mr. Speaker, the military did something good. They created a system where people entered to write the aptitude test direct. Mr. Speaker, if it is possible, the system should be changed to enable our boys and girls who are even not educated on ICT to write it manually, so that a proper system is put in place which will allow them to go into the AI space. I am for AI. I am for IT, but you cannot suddenly call somebody from Google who doesn't know anything about IT and wants to join the force work, and you are told that go and write aptitude tests via AI, and if you don't have any means, you fail. Mr. Speaker, this is not political, and I don't want it to be misconstrued. I think it's a serious system challenge that the ministry would have to look at properly, because it is us, the MPs, who are carrying the burden. And I speak for the entire house. I speak for the entire house. People go to the cafe and then they get on the computer and they go through all manner of challenges. Mr. Speaker, I would plead that the whole system be reviewed. Our boys, our girls, they come to us MPs, take money to go on the internet.
Inti recruitment won sensem no ekoni ensensem bebere no gu akira eba me the update bebere be koso ama Nsem 247 brought to you by Candice News. Subscribe to your channel no also comment section wo na kire wa adwen say eye fair say sanko form qualify for aptitude test ye mu 5,000 per because of IMF conditions binti no na omo maka na ya anye fair ana say ye fair to them. Comment section wo na kire wa adwen comment na share na project work no na Nsem 247 yemre more update about the Ghana.